my channel. My name is Tanya, for those who don't know. Today we're going to be covering Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I went to see it last night with my siblings, and Marvel don't miss. They do not miss. Like, for an origin story, like the first origin story of Phase 4, I think they did an amazing job. Now, I do want to let you guys know, I do not read the comics. I'm not a comic head. But I've been invested in the MCU and Marvel since Iron Man came out, right? As I'm sure a lot of people. But, Phase 1 and 3 came, gone, and now this new era, I feel like it's so good. I mean, WandaVision, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Was it Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Sorry. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Captain America now, I guess I should say. But these shows were so good. But these shows were about people from the previous phases that we already knew about. So now learning about somebody completely new, I feel like it's, yes, this is what we needed. And I think it's a 10 out of 10. I can't think of anything that could have been better or could have been worse or anything like that. I feel like the family story was great. Like, we love a good broken home family. I feel like it just, stories like that, it makes the character stronger, maybe. I mean, I would like to see a story where the family is whole, and loving, and still the character is still strong, from that love, from that support. But hey, I don't know if we're ever gonna get that. I can't think of anything. There's always a parent dying or uncle dying or something like that for the person to really, take that next step and become who they are. It sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, so there's a lot to cover. I even made little notes about it because I know I will forget my points that I wanted to make. So let's get into it. First things first, I love the fact that in the movie they make him pronounce his name. Like, when he was on the plane with Katie, I love the fact that they made him pronounce his name to her. Like, in the movie, like, it was written in for him to really say his name and how the pronunciation is. So that means if anybody's complaining, yeah, if you see the movie, you should know how to say his name. So, Shang-Chi, I hope I'm saying it right. Look at me talking and I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But, Sean, with like a G at the end, Shang-Chi. But I feel like, try to say it right. I'll try to say it right. Whenever I feel like I'm saying it wrong, I kind of beat myself about it because I'm very big on people pronouncing your name right. Your name is your identity, just like the dad was talking about at the dinner table. Your name, it is who you are. It is your identity. So it's like, people have to say your name right. People have to pronounce it right. It's literally the right thing to do. Like, don't give me a nickname because you don't know how to say my name. Learn how to say it. Pronounce the word out. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. That's how it should be. So it's always, of course, important to do that. My second point that I want to make, callbacks to Iron Man 1 and 2. Okay, so in Iron Man 1, of course, we know that he was kidnapped. Tony was kidnapped by the 10 rings, right? So, I'm sorry, not 1 and 2, 1 and 3. My apologies. But in Iron Man 1, we know that Tony was kidnapped by the 10 rings, right? That's when he built his suit, and literally blew out of there and stuff. So we know that he literally was kidnapped by them. But I mean, like I said, I am not a comic book lover. Like, I'm not a comic book reader. So who are the 10 rings? We think, it's just a regular terrorist organization. Okay, cool. That movie's done. We fast forward to Iron Man 3, where the Mandarin, as it was mentioned in Shang-Chi, the Mandarin, like the father mentioned, was like a fake figurehead that was named after a chicken dish. tried to, fight Iron Man, or, not the Mandarin himself, but the figurehead, which was Trevor, the actor, tried to fight the person behind that tried to fight Iron Man or take over Iron Man or whatever the case is. That movie it's been a while. I vaguely remember what happened, but yeah, we knew there was a Mandarin. But yeah, so circling back, now I remember Trevor, I believe, or somebody in that movie. I don't remember if it was Trevor, if it was that other dude that said that the man, like, the Mandarin is real. And by Mandarin they meant like the leader of the 10 rings were actually real, even though he doesn't call himself the Mandarin. But dude was there the whole time, like the movie says, like the 10 rings always been around, shaping the course of history for 1,000 years. So that's kind of creepy to think about, but he was always there. So I love those callbacks, and I love the fact that, hey, finally, we know who the 10 rings are, who the 10 rings is, what the organization is, who was behind, the actual real 10 rings. Now, I love the fact that they brought Trevor back. I think that was amazing. Like, he was hilarious as always. I remember watching Iron Man 3 and him being in the movie, and I was like severely disappointed because I really thought he was, the leader of the real group, the Mandarin, but turns out not the case. He was just an actor, and he really brought some comedic relief to the movie, as well as Aquafina. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on Aquafina. I mean, a lot of people I see, like, on Twitter, for example, people talk about the fact that, like, she used, like, a black scent, which is like a black accent, to kind of, propel herself into who she is today, like her fame and everything. And now that she is famous, she, like, that black scent disappeared or whatever. We're not gonna go into too much details about that, just because this is not that type of video. But I will say, like, in the movie, she was funny. She was helpful, and it wasn't just the corny type of funny. She was actually funny. Like, she had some pretty decent lines. But I also love the fact that they didn't really push a romance in our faces with them two. Like, ain't nobody was trying to see that. Not saying that, romance is not good. We love a good romance, but I ain't come to watch that in the first movie. Maybe the second movie, yes. Let them fall in love. Let them kiss. Let them, But for the first movie, like, who is Shang-Chi? That's what we are here for. We're not here to see him fall in love. So I'm glad that they didn't push that. Speaking of who is Shang-Chi, who is Xialing? I think I'm saying her name right. Oh my god. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Xialing. His sister, badass. Oh my god. His mother, even more of a badass. Like, that's just a badass family, period. But his sister, I love the fact that his sister whooped his ass in the beginning, and she had every right to, because how you gonna lie and say you come in 3 days and disappear? Now, I get why he disappeared. Like, I get both sides, but it's kind of messed up to just not come back, But, in the end, his sister obviously got over it and helped him out, was on his side. I was kind of worried that his sister would be on the dad's side and, like, fight him, because I was like, oh man, because it kind of sucks when, your sibling is against you. It's one thing to have a parent against you, but your sibling is like, damn. So I'm kind of glad that she was on the right side. Let's talk about Ta Lo. Gorgeous place. Oh my god. The colors, like, everything. Just how, like, the colors back there. Like, I would love to live there. It seems so peaceful. I feel like I would be happy every single day. There is no stress. Like, it's just so beautiful. And I was like, yes. Like, I was in love. I'm hoping that in future movies we get to see more of Ta Lo as well. Because I think that it was... that place is gorgeous. When Shang-Chi and his dad was fighting, we saw that, like, Shang-Chi was doing the moves that his mom was teaching him, and during those moves we kind of saw how the rings came to him, right? And the rings also turned yellow or gold when they came to him. And it made me realize, it made me think, since they kept doing that flashback towards the mom when the mom was teaching him those same moves that made the rings come to him. I was thinking, I'm like, was the mom teaching Shang-Chi how to defeat the dad, or how to take the rings back from the dad, if the dad were to turn evil again, or if in a case where she disappeared or something happened to her and the dad, ended up falling back to his old ways. Because remember, the mom, they both made sacrifices. The mom left Talo and the dad gave up those 10 rings so they could love each other and start a family, which I thought was so beautiful. But yeah, so that's why I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, was that what she was teaching him, just in case something happens to her and he needs to defeat them? Not defeat them, but like, yeah, Shang-Chi needs to take those rings back or whatever. Because I believe when the mom was fighting, when they first met, when the mom was fighting the dad, when the rings came to her, they glowed yellow as well, or gold. So, what else? Speaking of glowing, so, at the end, post-credit scenes, there are two, okay, just to let y'all know, if you don't already. In the first post-credit scene, we saw Carol, which, Captain Marvel, shouts to her beautiful self. And we saw Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. First of all, my heart, I was like, oh my gosh, because it just was so nice to see them, okay? I don't know, like, these people, I feel like I'm emotionally invested in their lives, so it was good to see them. But when we saw them, Wong was talking to them and Katie and Shang-Chi about the fact that he felt when the rings came to him and he used them, he felt what is the word? I don't know. He felt it in Kamar-Taj. And in feeling it in Kamar-Taj, like, it looks like when they zoomed in, it's like signaling something or alerting something. So it's like, who are they signaling? Who are they alerting? So it makes you think, where did the 10 rings come from? Because Carol was like, she doesn't recognize it from any alien species or alien planet that she comes from, like what it's made of. Bruce is like, it's not vibranium, excuse me. So what could it possibly be? Where did it possibly come from? Who is it signaling? Because I feel like it's calling somebody, but I'm kind of scared at who's going to pick up, okay? Because that's creepy, Maybe somebody actually lost those 10 rings and now they want it back and they've been looking for it. But for some reason, when the dad was using it, as it glowed, glue. I can't speak English, y'all, but it glowed blue and not yellow like it should, or like it did with Shang-Chi. So it was just like, okay, what's gonna happen next, so it just makes you think, like, what is it? Like, I'm nervous. My sister thinks it's like Galactus, which is the planet eater that it's calling. I don't think it's that. I think it's a big and bad, of course, I don't think it's that big and bad yet. I don't think we're there yet. I think Marvel has a lot of places, a lot of movies to make. Maybe another 5-10 years we'll see Galactus. But yeah, I don't know. What else are we missing here? I don't know. I think we've covered it all, guys. Let me see. Oh, I believe, of course, since this is an origin story, I do think that, of course, and I could be right, like I said, I don't read the comics, this could be a video, what the heck? This could be leading up to the new Avengers. I believe that it is leading up to the new Avengers. I'm excited to see, like, what will come about. I'm not sure if they're gonna be called the new Avengers or whatever, But I'm excited to see. I mean, I don't know. Iron Man. I said Iron Man. I know Ironheart. There's I think a show with Ironheart coming out. She's gonna be in some movie coming. I think she's gonna be in Black Panther too, but I'm not sure. So we have her. Of course, Spider-Man, Peter. Whenever he gets through whatever it is he's going through now, child. With the next No Way Home movie. Who else? Shang-Chi, of course. The new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. So, yeah, I feel like it's shaping up to be a new Avengers type of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, to face the next big and bad. I don't know how the Eternals are gonna come into play. I'm not sure how the Eternals are gonna come into play in this one, just because I feel like with the next movie, they might not follow the Celestials anymore, like what they do and their rules about not interfering with human catastrophe or whatever. Even though technically, if we're being honest, Thanos was not a human catastrophe. That man is an alien, and I think he has a deviant gene, and I think he has Celestial, I believe. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's an alien. Okay, so I know the humans were affected, but by aliens, an alien, Thena's cousin. So I feel like they should have been able to interfere. But hey, when Eternals come out, I guess we'll find out like what's up, what's the issue, why nobody was there, and I feel like they're gonna break off and stop following the Celestials. But I'm on a whole nother movie now, so I guess that's it for my thoughts and theories for Shang-Chi. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I'm pretty sure Shang-Chi 2 is not going to come out until 2025. God forbid. Hopefully it comes out sooner. But I'm really excited to see like what happens next. I'm excited to see who the new big and bad is. I'm excited to see like where Marvel takes Phase 4 onward. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Captain America, all of this, I didn't realize I was leading up to Thanos up until Infinity War. I'm not gonna lie. It took a little time for me to catch on. And yes, I watched the post-credit scenes. And yes, I realized something was happening. But I'm like, okay, maybe this is just gearing up to the next movie. Like, every post-credit scene maybe it's gearing up to the next Iron Man or the next Captain America or the next Thor. Until Infinity War came, and yeah, Thanos is terrorizing Earth and everywhere else he goes. So that was pretty interesting. I was kind of slow on the uptake on that, but that's why I'm trying to pay like more attention this time around, because we kind of know what Marvel is doing now. Before it was kind of like, oh my god, like what's going on, for people who didn't know, like me. But we kind of know like Marvel's up to something. MCU's up to something. They're doing something. They're leading up to some villain that's bigger and badder than anything we've ever seen. Worse than Thanos. So I'm excited to see that, and yeah. Alright guys, well that's it for my thoughts and theories. Once again, saying this for the second time, I have nothing else to say, I don't think. So thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. I hope you guys go see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It is very interesting. I love it. I'm sure you guys will too. And yeah, if you guys have any like comments about the movie that I missed or something that I missed,